Good morning, this is Christine. It is August 22nd, 2014. It's in the morning. And I had a dream last night. I was in a classroom, in a third grade classroom, and there was a whole group of students. I was one of the students. I wasn't a child. None of us, well, we were sort of like adult children. I don't know if that makes any sense. But we were all in this classroom and we were there to study and learn. There was a teacher at the front of the class. We all came in and I took a seat that reminded me of where I used to sit in a third grade class, like in my old elementary school. It was in the middle. When I walked into the classroom, a lot of students, they went straight to their seats and I didn't know where to sit, so I decided I didn't want to be in the first row because I'm not really a leader type, and I didn't want to sit in the last row because I might be too far back where I can't hear the teacher. So I decided to just sit somewhere in the middle, like the third row back, and I think there were about 6-7 rows altogether. And the students that were around me, like the one who was sitting in front of me and to the side, they were very nice and welcoming to me, and were trying to make small talk. And then the rest of the class, they were talking and sort of goofing around. School hadn't started yet, so naturally people are gonna talk and just catch up on whatever's going on in their life. So it was a little noisy. I talked, but I also kind of had my head buried in lessons. Like I was kind of getting serious with whatever homework I was gonna need to get done. And then the teacher started talking. She was at her desk and decided, it was time for school to start. And she walked up and down the aisles and with the rows and was telling everyone that she needed to collect the assignments. And it was like a flash drive assignment, like those little travel drives that you turn into her. So there was some kind of project on this travel drive, and then you're supposed to turn it into her. Apparently this assignment had been given like 2 months previously, so everyone had about 2 months to do this task. And also they were getting trained the last 2 months on how to do this project also. Sort of like how when the teacher gives you a book report and then she starts teaching you about it, so by the time the book report is due, you know what's expected. Well, everybody was handing their travel drive in, and I realized I didn't have one. And I was like, oh my goodness, what do I have to do, or what am I gonna do? So the teacher came up to me, and she was very nice. She wasn't mean at all. And she told me that on the day that the assignment was given, I was absent. I wasn't in the class. So also in the last 2 months I wasn't there because I guess this was like my first day of school or something. And she said, so obviously I wouldn't know everything that the other students were learning during these past 2 months, and that's also why I didn't know that I had a flash drive assignment due today or that day. So I asked her about this flash drive, like how big this project was going to be, because I knew I was going to have to do it so that I would be, equal with the class, because they had to turn in their assignment. So naturally, I'm going to have to turn in my assignment. I can't just let homework go and not turn it in when everybody else had to do their project. So I started asking her about about this project, like how big it was, so that I would know when I go to the store how big of a travel drive, like how many megabytes or gigabytes, and pretty much travel drives or flash drives are gigabytes nowadays. But I just wasn't sure, should I get a 3, 5, 15 gigabyte travel drive. So I started asking her, like, how big is this project that I need, so that I know how to get a big, what size flash drive to get. And she showed me a small flash drive. It was about the size of your thumbnail, actually. It was pretty small. And it was like a cream color, and then it also was a powder blue, like a light powder blue color. So it was powder blue, and then it was cream. And you know how travel drives, sometimes you can push it and it comes out, like the USB port comes out, and then you can tuck it back in. Well, that's what it was. It was like the casing was powder blue, and then the travel drive that came out was like cream colored or something. It was pretty, especially since most travel drives in the store are black or charcoal gray or something like that. So it was pretty. I haven't really seen a baby blue and cream color travel drive. It was pretty. And she said, this will be good. And she gave it to me, actually. And then she started telling me about the assignment. It was a transcription assignment. And it was also going to, I guess, require your face and like your voice on it, so that they would know. It was like a record. They were going to keep a record of you. That's how, by having your face and your voice on this flash drive, this travel drive. And then it was a transcription job too that I was going to have to do. Now keep in mind, the other students in the class, when they got this assignment 2 months ago, they didn't know what to do. And it took them 2 months of being trained every day from the teacher on what to do and how to accomplish this task. And then when she finished training them, they were able to complete the project. And then today was the day when you turn in your flash drive to her, which everybody did except for me, obviously, because this was my first day in school. So when she started telling me about this project, I thought, oh, this is going to be a breeze, because what she was telling me about the transcription, I knew that this is something I had experience with. What she was explaining to me that I was going to have to do for this project. And I thought, oh, this is going to be a breeze, because this is something I have a lot of experience in. I know exactly what she's talking about. I've been doing this stuff for years, what she was telling me. So I really didn't need all of the training that everybody went through, because I was already living it. And it's sort of like when you get trained for a job, like in real life, and then you go to work at that job and you do that job for several years, and you just know the ins and outs of it. Well, that's kind of what this was. I just felt very comfortable, and I knew exactly what she was talking about that was going to be required for this project for me to do and put on the flash drive. So I realized that I actually wasn't going to be behind after all, and that my 2 months loss of training that everybody else had to go through was something that I had been doing in my life for years already. So I knew exactly what she was talking about. So I did go home. I completed the project, and then when I came back, I don't know if it was the next day or whatever, but it just in my dream, there was like no time that had elapsed, and then I was able to hand it in to her, and I felt really good after I handed it into her, because I felt like I was equal and in step with the rest of the class. They had turned in their projects. I was behind when I did not have a project to turn in, a flash drive to turn in. But now I got it done, lickety-split, and I turned my flash drive into her. So now everybody in the classroom, we were all at the same place. We had all turned in our flash drive projects, and I was in step and at the same place. with the rest of the class, and then we could continue learning and going throughout the school year, learning new stuff. So I was now in step with everybody. I don't know what all this means, but I just figured I'd share it. So, okay, thank you very much, everybody. Have a blessed day, and have a wonderful day, and God bless you. Okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.